We're back on Patriot League All Access. On with us now is the head women's basketball coach at the College of the Holy Cross, Bill Gibbons. Coach, first off, thank you very much for taking the time. I know it's a busy time of year with league play on the horizon, but before we talk about that, you coached your 500th career victory earlier this season, and congratulations on that. I just wanted to talk to you and ask if you could elaborate on your emotions after you got that 500th victory.
Yeah, thank you, James. Happy New Year to you, and great to be with you. Yeah, the 500th was more emotional than I thought, to be honest with you, and it was really nice, though, to have all my family there. My son and his girlfriend drove up from North Carolina, and it surprised me. My mother, who never goes to any of the games, was at the 500th. She gets too nervous usually. My mother-in-law, father-in-law, my wife, obviously, my other son, Bobby, just probably about 40. Coming from a big family, the oldest of 8, 40 or 50 family members at both the game that I didn't get it and then the New Hampshire game when I did get it. But it was very emotional, and got a lot of emails and cards from different coaches and friends in the profession, and I think that's the big thing that stood out, that more than the wins is the camaraderie and the friendships you make, and the lifelong friendships that you get from people in athletics, and especially people in your profession. So it was very emotional, very humbling, and very rewarding, and something that I'll always remember.
So obviously, getting a 500th victory, it's a victory, and your club has 8 of them this season, one of 4 teams in the Patriot League that will enter league play at or above 500. And things are obviously going a little bit better this year as opposed to where they were last year. Just talk a little bit about the turnaround for your club this season and how the team has come together during the non-league slate.
Yeah, it's, someone said it was our best non-conference record since 02-03. I think Meredith mentioned that, and we've played a tough schedule, but we do have more wins this year, and it's a lot more fun winning. And if I had to put my finger on it, it's just chemistry, I think, and great leadership from Meredith Ward, and that intangible that we've been missing the last couple of years. And I think coaches. I talked with the Dartmouth coach the other day about that, and she knew exactly what I was talking about. It's an intangible. It's nothing against the other kids that we had. It's just more that it just didn't click and didn't have that great camaraderie or chemistry off the court that carried over onto the court. And this year we really seem to have it. I can feel it. I felt it at our camp in the summertime when they did a skit and got me involved and worked on it and laughed about it. So it's an intangible, and obviously we're playing better, and the Parker kid has been a big factor in giving us a presence inside, and Gans's emergence at the 5 spot has helped us, and we're playing better, obviously. But if I had to put my finger on one thing, I would think would be that intangible of having that chemistry and that if you will, James.
Before we start talking about your league slate coming up, just if you could tell me, I have spoken to some of the other coaches, and they've all basically said the same thing: is that last year they had a little bit more senior leadership on the team, or just more seniors, more experience. And this year, it almost seems like everybody in the league is dealing with the same cycle. Obviously, programs go through cycles, but the league seems to be going through a cycle as a whole. All 8 teams seem to be playing younger lineups than maybe they have in the past. And I wanted, for somebody who's coached in the Patriot League for the entire existence now, can you remember a year where every program in the league was pretty much in the same position of playing a younger lineup, not as many seniors?
Yeah, that's good. I really can't, James. Yeah, I've been in it all 21 years of the league, and I can't. But I mean, just looking back, I think 10 of the 11 all-conference players last year were seniors, so
right.
Lisa Strack being the only exception. So I mean, it was a senior-laden league, if you will, and I think that cycle thing is right. But I cannot remember having 10 of the 11 all-conference players being seniors, and so it only makes sense that the next year there would be a lot of younger kids. But I think we have some really good young players in the league, and I think the Patriot League is getting better talent-wise, and that's a credit to the coaches and the jobs they're doing recruiting. But I would agree with you that I can't remember this many young players having as much impact on teams.
You open the Patriot League schedule on Saturday. You're going to be on the road. Schedule turns over this year, so you see Lehigh early on as opposed to seeing them later in the season as maybe you'd become accustomed to. But you've had some battles with Lehigh in the years past. And just talk about the mood of your club now, and what's the approach to getting your kids ready for Patriot League play. Some people say that well, you know what, it's a 0-0 now. It's a clean slate. We're starting the real season now. Do you take a similar approach to that?
Oh, yeah, I think everyone takes an approach to that. But first on Lehigh, I mean, I have the utmost respect for Sue and the job that she's done, and clearly in the last 3 years or 4 years when we've been a little down, they have taken the mantle as being the premier program with the couple championships they won, and the great job they did last year and everything. And she's just done a terrific job, getting a winning attitude there at Lehigh, and have the utmost respect for Sue and what she's done. And they are a rival because we always have great games with them, and so it'll be a big one for us, and it will be a little different starting out with them when we usually played them on the last cycle of it. So we're going to have to be ready to play. They have a terrific record at Stabler, and it's going to be a battle. And to answer your question, that's what I've talked to the young guys about, and luckily we had a lot of our sophomores played a lot last year as freshmen, and of course Amy Lepley has played for 2 years now, and Meredith, our only senior, for 3. But I told them to tell our freshmen about the intensity, the difference of the intensity of league games. It's going to be like nothing else. Whatever they thought was the most intense game in the non-conference, up it 20 times, and that's going to be every Patriot League game. So, we know every game is going to be a battle, whether you're playing a team that was picked last or, as the season goes on, is in last place, and or whether you're playing the first place or middle of the pack. Every game, every team is going to be ready for you. The intensity level is going to be notched up, and in every game is going to be a dogfight. Every game is going to be down to the wire, and you just have to be ready for that mentally to compete in that atmosphere, and that's what I've been talking to them about.
Bill Gibbons is the head women's basketball coach at Holy Cross, getting set for league play coming up this weekend. The Crusaders will open at Lehigh when league play starts on Saturday. Thank you very much for joining me on Patriot League All Access, Coach. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again down the line.
My pleasure, James. Keep up the good work. Good luck to everyone, and we'll talk to you down the road. Thank you very much.